The very thing we need to survive can also be the thing that kills us or sets worlds on fire. I'm talking about oxygen. Too much of it and it can poison you or fuel a wildfire. Without it, you cannot survive. The right amount keeps you alive to see another day. But today isn't about oxygen, it's about something just as vital and just as dangerous under pressure: urgency. The kind that pushes into drastic, unwise choices, especially when it comes to work and money. And I've been there too, right? Bills stacking up right in front of my face, rent due in a week, debt breathing down my neck. That's urgency. That's the moment when you realize what you've been doing isn't working for you anymore and you start grasping for anything that might change your situation fast. And when I hit this moment, everything seemed to speed up, like life had slammed the fast forward button and I had no control. And yet, in a strange way, I could also see things taken away from me in slow motion, like one of those dramatic scenes in a movie where you already know how it ends, but you can't really stop it. That's when I started to freak out, grabbing at anything that might bring me cash. I printed resumes and walked in the streets looking for jobs, told myself I was going to start a social media agency, was going to start making cold calls, and I actually even made some. Even stopped strangers to ask for advice in the streets, like begging for help. That's the moment when it felt like life was collapsing in real time. At first, it kind of worked, right? I picked up a couple of gigs, made some cash, even got offered a job managing a social media account. Rent was paid. And for a second there, those 2.5 days of chaos, I thought I was some kind of genius, a guru even. But then reality hit. These weren't the kind of jobs I actually wanted. I worked in a hotel after it, changing sheets and pillows, got paid by how fast I did the rooms, and it turns out I was really slow. Like, is it folding sheets into an origami? Kind of slow. And to make it better, every room gave me massive allergies. And at that point, my personal brand was basically, I'll do anything if you pay me 50. I mean, almost anything, right? The short-term relief was nice, actually. For a moment there, I wasn't really calling anyone, my parents or friend, to ask for money. I was no longer in such a debt. But long-term, not so much. 2 weeks of terrible paychecks and spending 4 hours just to get paid 2 hours. I actually quit most of it and landed right back to square zero. The same oh fuck moment all over again. That's when I had the click moment. I couldn't keep living like this anymore, bouncing from one panic move into the next one. It was like I was underwater, running out of air, and instead of swimming to reach the surface, I was, rearranging furniture down there in the ocean. Priorities. I needed to stop chasing whatever felt urgent and start figuring out what could actually shape my life into something that would let me steer the car without freaking out every 5 seconds at every turn. At the time, urgency was my oxygen. It helped me breathe, but it became my poison too. I needed just enough money to cover rent, and once I got it, I felt that sweet air high. And then I was hooked, addicted with zero sense of direction. Urgency is great at first, okay? It can light a fire under your ass, but it can also burn the house down. It's like you're sprinting forever and eventually you pass out in the metaphorical aisle of the metaphorical supermarket. So I had to figure out a way to keep moving without collapsing, to get that momentum everyone keeps talking about, even though I never really knew what it actually meant. That's when I landed on small wins, one little thing a day that moved my life forward, very little, but wasn't so hard or high pressure that I would avoid it. Not 10 things, not 50 things, not two, just one. Even if it took me 1 minute, that was it. That was my win for the day. And over time, those tiny wins started stacking up. They spilled into areas of my life. And before I even realized it, I was actually making real progress, if I can say so myself. By the way, if this video is hitting home for you, I'd really appreciate if you could hit the like button and the subscribe. If you want more videos like this. And I'm trying to make videos that actually give you tools and not just talk. And it really helps me to see if you guys like these videos or not. So let's jump back into the steps. So step number one is to stop ignoring the thing that you know you're avoiding. You know exactly what it is, and you really know that one area of your life that you keep saying you'll fix when things get calm. Things don't get calm ever. We avoid it because when we finally look at it, it feels, massive, overwhelming, like this huge, terrifying shadow in the corner over there of the room. But here's the truth. Most time, the monster that we think that is there is just a weird piece of furniture. Once you shine a light onto it, you will realize that it's just a chair. The fear was bigger than the thing itself. Awareness is the first and most important step. Shining a light into it, because you can't change something you refuse to look at. It's just not possible. So number two, choose just one area to focus on. This is where most people mess up, right? They try to change everything at once. So don't do that. Pick one area and commit to it, right? Small wins. For me, it was financial. I wanted to stop living in constant rant panic mode, paycheck to paycheck. For you, it might be health, relationships, career, something else. Whatever it is, whatever you pick, make it the only thing you focus for this process. One area, one focus, one win at a time. Step number three, write the goal down. Not in your phone, not in some app you'll forget about, on paper. The physical act of writing makes it more real. For me back then, it was simple. Make 1,000 euros a month. For you, it could be go on a date, run 5K, finish one painting. Whatever matters to you. It doesn't have to be perfect or super specific yet. The goal here is to have a visible target, something you can look at and say, that's what I'm working towards. Step four, create the smallest possible win. Something you can finish in 1 minute or less. And I know how it sounds, 1 minute? That's useless. But it's not. The trick is to make it so small you can't talk yourself out of it. If I wanted to get fit, my tiny win might be walking around my living room for 60 seconds. And then after I'm done with that, done. For me, back then, it was find one job listing and save it. That's it, one per day for a week. Here's the magic. Some days you will start with your 1 minute and keep going because you're in a great flow, right? Great, so keep it going. Other days you won't want to, and that's okay. 1 minute still counts. The point is showing up, not breaking the chain. Step number 5, we're getting there. Week 2 is start compounding these wins. This is where you start to see the momentum, right? Sit down at the start of the week and plan small increases for each day. For example, for me was day 8, review my resume. Day 9, edit the header of my resume. I ended up redoing the whole thing anyway because I was already in the flow. Day 10, send 1 application. Day 11, send 2 applications. You see where I'm going this, right? By day 15, I was sending 3 applications a day, sometimes more. And here's something else. I was actually having fun with it because I wasn't drowning myself in impossible expectations. I was building confidence one small win at a time. And the results starting stacking up without me burning out. And here's step 6, very important step, manage your expectations. Or better yet, remove them at all. Like, here's the thing about expectations, they're sneaky. They look like motivation, but half the time they're just setting you up for failure before you even start. Tony Robbins has this line that I really love. Most people overestimate what they can do in a month or a year, but underestimate what they can achieve in 10 or 20 years. And that's exactly what happens when we start something new. We expect that magic result now. We think, oh, if I do this for a week, my life will be not recognized. I won't be able to recognize myself. And when that doesn't happen, we quit. But here's the shift for this exercise. The expectation is not the magical result. The expectation is doing the work. And this is what you can expect, to do the work. That's it. Your only scoreboard is, did I show up today? Did I complete my tiny win? Because the only thing you have real control over is the work you do. The results, they're on their own timeline. They'll show up when they're ready. Your job, still be here when they do. And this is number 7, a bonus step. I'm in this with you, okay? I'm not just gonna throw this video out there at you and say good luck and disappear. I'm committed to your change because I know how hard it is to start small when your brain just wants the big results yesterday, big brain. So I built something for you. I made a free chatbot, a GPT if you will, that will walk you through this process step by step. It's designed to make sure your win stays small enough to finish, but still move you forward to the person that you want to become, move you close to that objective. It uses the same formula I've talked about here: awareness, one area, one goal, tiny daily wins, and compounding over time. Think of it like having me, hello, in your pocket, nudging you along, keeping you honest, and make sure you never overcomplicate it. It's completely free to use, and you can try it right now. It's over here in the link in the description below. Look, I get it. This can feel like a huge step, and it is, but it only feels that way if you're staring at it at the whole mountain view, you know? Don't start with the summit. Start with the first step, right? That can be your win for today. Choosing yourself and choosing to change. And please don't just watch this today and click on the next video. Grab a pen and paper now and do the smallest possible action right now that you can do to change your life. And I promise you, it is worth it. Remember, being in a state of urgency is okay. We all go there. You know, I still have those moments. There's nothing wrong with you and nothing broken about the way you've been doing things at all. But if you want more control over where your life is heading, this is a simple place to start. Because if you live only in urgency, you will eventually burn out like a house on fire. Oxygen is good, remember, but too much under pressure is dangerous. Small wins are the balance, just enough to keep you breathing without losing your way, because your eyes are on the horizon. Start with one today, tomorrow do it again, and here's to winning small, guys. I also want to take a moment to just be grateful for you to spend your time with me, and I hope this was really worth the investment of your time. And I'll be here winning small, one video at a time, to give you the best value and content I can ever get. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. And for me, it's much love. See you next time.